What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's going to be a Paladins patch notes breakdown for the Heart of Darkness update, which I'm not sure if this is a mid-season or not. I think that might be the next patch, but got a lot of shit, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I went into this expecting nothing and actually expecting a pretty bad patch like usual. I'm going to be honest with you guys, before we get into this might actually be the best patch Paladins has put out all of 2022 so far. We're going to get right into this. Also do apologize as well. I was going to be live for the update show and do live reactions to the update show. At least where I am right now, we got like about a foot of snow in about 24 hours, and my power was out until a little bit ago, or until like about an hour ago. And by that time, everything was done and over with. So that is why I was not live. I apologize for that, guys. But gonna make up for it. We're gonna get right into this. We got a Smite update show later today, depending when you guys are seeing this. It might already have passed or whatever, but I'll be doing a patch notes breakdown for that as well. Huge Smite patch, and probably the most crucial Smite patch we're going to be having probably for the entire year. Will they listen to the community? I don't know. We'll find out. Will they actually change the game? We'll find out. But this is Paladins. We're not talking about Smite. You guys know the deal. If you guys like these patch notes breakdown videos, I'll keep bringing them your guys' way. If you guys keep showing support in the videos, support's been crazy, so if you're new, subscribe, leave a like, share the video. Let's get right into this. There's a lot of shit to talk about, and I'm actually excited to get into this because there's actually a lot of shit in this patch that's actually great. I'll admit it. This is actually a really solid patch, and we need more patches like this going forward. New champion Lilith, guys. This new champion, this is probably what we need. These are the type of champions we need for the game. Not fat-ass Betty LaBamba that has a shitty design that nobody cares for, and then one of the worst, buggiest champions that we get probably ever released. Not Azan. I mean, Azan's a great champion, but he was broken as fuck on release, and they didn't use the PTS to actually test him properly, and then that made everybody sour on him. 7, which is still insanely either buggy, and he's still insanely good. He's not even touched this patch, but that's an entirely different video. This is what we need. We need more champions like this. It seems with the support champions, at least recently, they knocked it out of the park with Isle. They knocked it out of the park with Corvus. They knocked it out of the park with Ray, and now they got Lilith. This champion is fucking great. I'll be honest with you guys. She is great. Her design is crazy good. I love how she looks. She's a support champion, guys. She has 750 health, so she is a support champion that actually does have 750 health. But she has 2,500 base health, which is kind of, if you guys play ROM, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, ROM has like an extra health bar. That's similar to kind of what this is. It's kind of like a shield that can be used and goes away and comes back when you do damage. It's kind of similar to what ROM has, but just on her. It's kind of a shield health and like a type of extra health that actually regenerates. Her base weapon, Heart of Crimson, shoot a charge bolt that does 625 per shot, with a max of 4, which is actually really cool. It's kind of similar to what Ying has. It really looks similar to what Ying has, but we need more. We don't have that kind of stuff in the game, and that's what... It's entirely different anyways. I'm not going to complain. Her ult fire, which is actually one of her healing abilities. Choose an ally or an enemy, dealing damage to enemies over time while healing herself, or healing allies over time while healing herself. Now, she does not even have cooldowns. The really cool thing with this champion is that she does not have cooldowns. She is an entirely new champion that has no cooldowns. What she has to use her abilities is blood, and that is this extra shield health, which is 2,500. I'm not sure if you can actually augment that with loadout cards. I'm not 100% sure. We'll check, but I don't think you can. But you have 2,500 health that you can actually use, and every time you use an ability, some of that health gets drained as blood, and that's how you use your abilities. If you don't have any of your extra health bar, which is 2,500 health or blood health, you can't use abilities, and it makes you extremely squishy and extremely easy to kill as well if you don't have that as well. So that's kind of how she uses abilities. She doesn't have Chronos, and she doesn't have any type of cooldowns. She has blood, which is kind of a health bar that you use, and you use your own health to actually do damage and heal your allies. And then by healing your allies, you get that health back, and with a few other things as well, talent stuff, I'm assuming you can get that health back as well. Really cool concept for a champion, and If this is Necro's first champion making as a support, A+, bud. A+. A+ to Necro because he actually created an insanely cool support. I'll give it to him. Betty LaBomba was fucking garbage. I'm gonna keep hating on her because she is awful. She was probably the worst champ we got in the last 3 years. But the first support, if this is actually what Necro worked on, and this actually his champion, his first support that he 100% worked on by himself, he knocked it out of the park. Home run, A+, extra credit, because you did fucking great. I'll give that to you. I don't even know if Necro watches my videos. If you do, props to you, bro. You absolutely crushed on the new champion. Death Wings leaps into the air and gain air control. You can actually reactivate this to actually slam onto the ground, or you don't have to reactivate it. You can actually fly in the air for a short duration, which is really cool. Wow, really cool ability for a support champion, guys. It's crazy. This is something Betty LaBomba should have had. Why didn't Betty LaBomba get that? And then we got an ability 2, which is actually Swarm. Lilith channels a swarm of bats to heal her allies or damage her enemies. Lasts for 3.75 seconds. Has 3 channel states that deal increasing healing/damage. So, pretty much what this ability is, if you guys missed the update show, I'm not going to be talking about the update show either. Or showing anything from the update show. I'm just going to be, if you guys want to tab out, I'm just going to be talking about the patch notes. If you guys already checked the patch notes or whatever, that's all I'll be pretty much showing on the screen. Not going to be too much exciting. But if you guys seen the patch notes, pretty much what this ability is, it's an AoE ability that you can actually channel to have 3 different type of like states for this ability to do. Like one that's kind of weak, the second one that's kind of medium health, but it also takes about a decent amount of your blood health to actually cast it. And then you have like a third, like final one that does a shit ton of healing and damage in an AoE, but it takes a lot of your blood health to actually cast, which is really cool. Really cool AoE healing ability that I think we should have had it in the game a long time ago, and not many people have. Really cool, and it's something entirely new for the game as well. Then we got our ultimate. Unfortunately, guys, a lot of people have been saying that she was going to have like a self-revive ability. Unfortunately, she doesn't, or like revive a teammate ability like what Mercy has. Unfortunately, she doesn't have that. She has a kind of a similar ult to what Ying has, but instead of healing, you're giving your team 100 or 35% pure life rip. So pretty much what her ult does, you give your team 35% pure life rip. Now, what pure life rip is, it is life rip that cannot be cauterized. So you got guaranteed 35% pure life rip that cannot be cauterized at all for 8 seconds for your entire team. So it's kind of similar to what Ying does, like I said, but instead of healing, it gives your team 35% life rip that can't be cauterized. And then you yourself, you move faster, jump higher, and you regen your health during your ult. So you're constantly getting back your blood, so you're allowed to just spam your abilities as much as possible, which is insanely really cool. Like I'm telling you guys, this is probably the coolest champion and probably the best champion we're going to probably get the entire year. She is so cool. I cannot stress you guys enough how fucking cool she is, and how excited I actually am to play her. She is great. This is why I'm telling you guys too. Like I don't know why they keep giving us damage and flank champions. They obviously have ideas for supports and tank champions at least. Why do they keep giving us flank champions and damage champions that are either like average or just fucking awful when they're clearly running out of ideas or have like nothing for them? I'll never know. But if they do want to keep giving us champions, which they're going to be slowing down on champions, which Thunderbrush said multiple times, it is confirmed by Thunderbrush that we're going to be getting slower champion rotations. It's going to be every other patch probably going forward after this patch goes live. So, we're probably going to get 1, maybe 2 more champions this year. Hopefully we get another tank. I'm assuming another tank, but we should not get any more flanks or damage. Give us either another tank or a support, or to give us 2 supports or 2 tanks for the rest of this year. We don't need any more damage or flank champions. That's what we need. And we got our talents, which is really cool. Holy shit, guys. Talents that actually promote a healer for doing its job, which is healing your team. It's crazy. It's a crazy concept to actually grasp, because there's so many fucking stupid damage talents for supports in this game that still haven't got removed for whatever reason or even nerfed. There's one that got changed, which we'll talk about, but I don't know why half of them are still in the game. But if you're playing a support, you want to heal your team. That is your main job. And we actually got majority of these talents that are actually here to actually change the way you can actually heal your team. Holy shit. Again, A+, Necro. A+. You did great. Cursed Accord. Decrease your damage output for all her abilities. End your in-hands by 25%. But increase the healing you output by 15% to allies and herself. So this is pretty much an ability that actually promotes you for being a full-on support, and this will probably be like the ability you pick as a solo support, that you can actually use to just keep your team fully sustained. So you'll be doing more healing, but you won't be doing as much damage. So she does 625 with her what, in hand to begin with at base without this talent. 25% less, that ain't too much. What, like 550? That's still a decent amount of damage. And you're getting a 15% more healing. There you go. And decrease your blood costs. You're technically you're able to spam your abilities a lot more. So you're going to be getting more healing and even more healing out of that because you're able to spam your abilities a lot more with having more blood. Good talent. I think this will be your best talent for at least trying to solo support a team. Maelstrom of Carnage. Lilith casts a cloud on herself, and it moves with allies. Ability cost is decreased by 25%, while the radius is increased by 30%. So pretty much what this one is, this is actually this description is actually not right. This is one where it's for her swarm. It is pretty much an ability for her swarm. So right at her swarm at base, you can just kind of put it in an AoE area, and you kind of have to have your teammates go into it, otherwise you get no value. What this talent does is it makes her the AoE, so it actually casts it on herself, and you're actually able to move with your swarm in an AoE, and actually go to your teammates and pretty much play kind of like a Grover with your swarm ability. That's what this talent really does. If you guys missed the update show, this description is wrong, and they need to change that, but that's kind of what it does. And then you got Murderous Intent. Projectiles pierce enemies but are smaller, and you actually also have reduced ammo. Instead of 4, you got 2 ammo. So, wow, guys, this is how damage abilities are supposed to be. They actually they pretty much nerf your ability to do damage, but increase the skill it takes to actually get value. Wow. It took them this long to actually make a good support damage talent that actually requires skill, and that you just don't pick and drop a fucking beam or pick a Maelstrom Grok and then drop 150k damage game and then do no heals. Okay. Like I said, this is probably the best champion we're going to get all year, guys. Normally I'm negative on stuff, but there is actually very little stuff in this patch to actually be negative about, which is actually a really different change of pace. It really is. I actually don't even know if Smite actually capitalized on Paladins this patch. Will Paladins actually win against Smite for this next patch, for today? I don't know. I think Paladins actually is going to win. I think Paladins is going to have the better patch over Smite today. That's my prediction. It is going to be really difficult for Smite to have a better patch. Got some cards. I'm not going to talk about her cards because, like I said, I kind of have to play her. I have to get my hands on her and I have to play her. The PTS is supposed to be out by Friday, so if you guys play on PC, unfortunately on us console players, we can't play it, so we're screwed again, always getting screwed. But if you guys are on PC, you guys can play the new champion and all the new skins and everything and the changes. I don't know, I'm not going to talk about our loadout cards, otherwise I'll be sitting here for quite a while. Got some skins. There's her limited skin, which I think is a season pass skin, and then we got her recolor, which is insanely cool. Or actually, yeah, that's a recolor. Then we got golden, which her golden skin looks crazy good. Crazy good. I just want to see it in game. I don't think they showed it in the update show. If they did, I missed it. I want to see how it looks in game, though, but it looks great from the card art. Wow, guys, actually new champion, too. There has not been a single new champion since Ray. Actually, since Salty and since Ray, that I've actually felt the need to actually grind to level 50. This is the first champion ever since Ray was put into the game, and Salty was put into the game, that I actually have the excitement to actually want to get to level 50 with how cool she seems to play. There you go. Got some cool emotes, really cool emotes. MVP pose. Got an MVP pose for the season pass. Really cool. Like I said, her design's crazy good. I love how she looks. Again, Necro, if you're watching my video, bro, with this champion, if this is your first support champion that you actually are 100% pretty much made and kind of created yourself, You knocked it out of the park, bro. A plus for this patch for the new champion. He went from having an F, probably F minus with Betty LaBamba, to having an A plus with this new support champion. She's great. Love her. Got a new event pass, Lost Future event pass, which is actually 24 levels again. It's going to be, I think I'm assuming it's going to be 400 crystals. Holy shit, guys! Here's another huge positive from this patch, guys. It took 4.5 years, but we finally got an Atlas skin. It took 4.5 years, and we finally got a skin, guys. Jumping for joy. The instant I saw Atlas getting a skin, I was jumping for joy. Holy shit, it actually fits him perfectly. This theme fits him perfectly. The corrupted type theme. He kind of reminds me of Cthulhu. If you guys play somebody, it looks like kind of like Cthulhu. It reminds me of him. Again, another positive from this patch, guys. I can't complain. There is not a single complaint this entire patch so far. There's a few things that I will be talking about that are kind of complaints, but just kind of critiques. I wouldn't say they're really like 100% complaints. But there is not a single thing from this patch so far that I've had a problem with. It is crazy. That's why I'm saying this. This is probably the best Paladins patch we've got for this entire year, and we're probably be getting for the entire year. And we'll find out. We'll see if they can keep the ball rolling, because if they keep this up for the rest of the year, this is what we need. And we got Corrupted Io, which there was rumors of a Corrupted Io skin. My only problem with this is Io just got a skin with Salt Io like 3 months ago. Why does Io need another skin? Why does she need another skin? I don't know. I would have rather had Meldamba. I would have rather had Corrupted Meldamba or like any other sport. Shaolin, you can't tell me Corrupted Shaolin wouldn't look cool. I mean, I know it makes sense, Corrupted Io or pre-corrupted form, because it makes sense and it goes along with her character. But I don't know. That's my only critique. Like, I would rather have a different champion than Io get this skin, but I'm not going to complain either. It looks great. If you guys missed these skins in the update show, they showed them both. They all look great. The voice packs sound great. The effects and everything about them looks great. They showed them in the update show. I'm not going to complain. And then the recolors look really good. This one looks great. The Io recolor looks crazy good. Wow, guys, it's really weird too. They actually put two skins everybody actually wants in the event pass, so people actually buy it now. Everybody been wanting an Atlas skin for now, been for at least 3 years. We've been asking them for an Atlas skin, and they finally do it. I guarantee you, this is probably the best event pass that they sell, even more so than the Monster Cat one, because they're actually giving us skins we want. There we go. Again, another positive. We got some event pass exclusives, whatever, loading frame. Got an avatar that looks really cool. Animated spray. I don't know who the hell's gonna use that, but if you want to use that, go ahead. Got some other stuff, sprays. A lot of these sprays are just garbage. I don't know why they put so many sprays in the event pass, because they're just kind of garbage, just filler shit, garbage. Got a 3D spray at 23, really cool. Then we got the Trials of the Realm. They're bringing it back. 100,000 gold, bounty coins, a new title, flare chest, gold chest. There actually is a gold chest this time in the Trials of the Realm, guys. I don't know if that's new or if I was just haven't been paying attention. And we also got some of these rewards. Amelie music theme. Oh, good. I can't wait to try to use this music theme and then try to stream the game and then get fucking copyrighted on after the stream's done. Yeah, because that's great. Can't wait for that. Also, isn't it the same person that actually sold out on a music career to become a fucking cringe tuber? Yeah, I'm not going to use her voice pack or her music theme. I don't know. Such a successful, like, didn't she do dubs for anime too? Didn't she do like voice acting for anime? She sold out on an anime and a voice acting career and a music career to become a fucking cringe tuber. I don't even know why we have this music back. Does she still do music? I don't even know. I'm assuming she does. She does that as like a side thing now, but I don't know. Whatever. If you guys like Amelie, then props to you, but I don't. I used to like her back when she was doing music for, I think it was Fate's. I think she did one for Fate's Day Night, like 8 years ago or whatever. That was her best thing. And ever since then, I don't know. Her recent shit's been, eh. Got a Leon voice pack, which is great. Got a cool avatar, really cool avatar. Holy shit, guys, an MVP pose for Atlas. Finally, some shit for Atlas. It took them 4 years. We got a rock on emote that's actually really cool for Rom. Fits in perfectly. That's a great emote for him. Limited time modes. I'm not going to talk about those. Oh, good. Here we go. We got the gold skins, guys. Hopefully, those of you guys that have been wanting emoji skin, this suffices you guys and this satisfies you guys. Because this should be the last skin Moji ever receives. Moji is the only champion in the game that should never ever get another skin, ever, as long as she's in the game. This should be the last thing she ever gets. And it's not really a skin, it's a recolor, it's a golden recolor, so it's not really technically a new skin. But she should never get a new skin. This is the last thing she ever gets skin-wise, is this recolor. She should never get anything else in the future. If she gets another skin, then I'm going to be really fucking upset. We got a golden Willow skin. Finally, Willow got a gold skin, guys. It took long enough. We've been wondering and waiting for a Willow skin. Finally, she got the gold recolor. Here's another positive, guys. Who gives a shit about Betty La Bamba skin? And they wanted to give Betty La Bamba a skin, which is what they've been doing. The theme is that they've been giving skins to like the newer champions, like a patch afterward. They did it with Vatu, they did it with Seven. Now they're doing it with Betty La Bamba. They gave her this dragon type theme skin, which looks awful, by the way. It's a fucking awful skin. And those of you guys that actually play Betty La Bamba, this is probably one of the only negatives for this patch too. You guys got an awful looking skin for her first skin. Look at the face in the update show, and you can't tell me that looks garbage. It looks awful, especially her face. That when they did like a turnaround and looks at her face, gosh, she looks bad. I don't know what they thought with this skin. I really don't, but eh. The good thing is, those people that are like me and don't play the new champion, especially Betty La Bamba, and I don't give a shit about her at all because I hate her. Just because she just feels like absolute garbage to play. I don't know, we'll find out. She got buffed, spoiler, but we'll find out. But she'll still probably be garbage. This is actually locked behind a chest, so I don't have to sit and worry about it being in my event pass. Yay! Those of you guys that are actually dedicated enough, you guys can go buy this out of the chest and go spend all your money. I don't have to do that. That's the only positive for this because I don't. It's not taking up an event pass slot, and I actually can get my Willow and my Io skin, two champions that I play a shit ton of instead of a Betty La Bamba skin that I would never use. There you go. There's the only positive out of this situation for this skin. Apart from that, it looks like garbage. I don't know what they were thinking. Whatever. Then we got a new Knesset skin. I mean, I don't know who asked for another Knesset skin. This is one of the only other questionable things out of this patch. Who asked for another Knesset skin when she has so many skins already? I wasn't one. I wasn't one that actually wanted a Knesset skin. It looks good. It's a good skin and it fits her pretty good, but I didn't ask for another skin for Knesset. I think there's a lot of other champions in the game, like Shaolin, Willow, Dredge, that all these other champions, at least DPS champions, Tiberius, that could have got a skin over Knesset. I think that would have been a lot more worthy. I know Tiberius has a theme skin like this already, but I don't know. It's locked behind a chest. If you guys want to go buy it, it's available actually in the diamond chest. So they're actually putting a new skin into the diamond chest. Those of you guys that actually have like 1,000 diamond chests that you can't open anymore, there you go. You got a free skin. Props to you guys. I don't have any. Got some new chests. They're putting new skins in the chest. Whatever. They're actually here's another positive this patch, guys. This is something that should have been added a long time ago, but they're first now adding it. The following champions have been added to the bot games queue. They added all the champions up until Betty La Bamba into bots now. So now that every champion after Furia, Koga all the way up to Betty La Bamba, is now going to be in bots. Round of applause. It took them 3 years, guys. It took them 3 years to put all the new champions into the bot queues. Finally. There we go. That's a huge plus. That's actually really cool. That's actually something we've been asking for. Wow, they listened to us, guys. It took them 3 years, but they finally listened. They increased the free rewards, so those of you guys that are actually on PC can actually watch videos. You guys can get better rewards. Props to that. That's cool. Siege Beyond, I'm not really going to talk about this at all very much. If you guys want to know what the new Siege Beyond is and the new rework Siege Beyond for this patch going forward is, all it really is, it is pretty much Siege and King of the Hill combined. That's kind of what it is. You can shoot at the payload, and the payload kind of has like a health bar, and when it gets below a certain health bar, it kind of turns into like a King of the Hill, where your team has to kind of defend points around the payload, like kind of around the payload. And once you cap those points for a certain amount of time, that charges the health bar back up on your payload, and you're able to move the payload further down the line before it takes enough damage and gets killed again, and you have to do the same thing over and over. That's kind of what it is. It's a combination of Siege and then King of the Hill at the same time. That's kind of what it is. Will this do anything? No. I don't know why they even added this to the game. I don't know. I have no idea. I really don't. I don't even know why Siege Beyond is a thing anyways. You're putting all those resources into Siege Beyond. Why don't you just put all that time and effort into fucking payload? Why don't you give us payload? For the love of fucking God, please just give us payload. Why are we wasting time on Siege Beyond when this shit does not make sense? And none of this shit is better than what we already have with normal Siege that'll ever get added to the game. All this wasted time and you could have gave us payload already. I don't know. Maybe I'm complaining about that too, but that's one of the only other negatives. Got some new rank split rewards. Wow, who the fuck's gonna play ranked for this? I know it's a cool avatar and a cool animated avatar, but who the fuck is gonna play ranked and suffer in ranked with this shit? Here's one of the only other negatives too. There is nothing with ranked here. There is no matchmaking changes. There is no fucking shit about drop hacking the servers. There is nothing here about that. There is nothing about the servers, the hackers, nothing about people being banned here as well from ranked. There is nothing. Especially with the matchmaking. The biggest one about this is matchmaking. There is nothing with matchmaking here. Look at this, guys. There is nothing with ranked matchmaking. How many of you guys are gonna fucking play ranked just for these shitty-ass avatars? I'm sorry. It is not worth pulling your hair out and fucking wanting to blow your brains out after like 3 games of getting bots and throwers on your team for these fucking shitty avatars. It's not worth. Save your time and save your fucking breath. It's just not worth. It's not worth popping a blood vessel over. I'm sorry. This goes to show you they don't care about ranked. This goes to show you that the devs do not give a fuck about ranked. Because if they did, they would have changed the matchmaking. We got nothing with matchmaking here. Still gonna be god-awful garbage. Can't wait to play that on stream. Wow, we're almost 30. We're like 30 minutes in, guys, and we're not even at the balance. Holy shit, we got a lot of balance to talk about, too. Not as much as I thought we were going to get, but we still have a decent amount. Here's Azan, guys. I want to know what you guys think about everything in this video, or in the patch notes as well, down in the comments, especially with this balance part. I think they over-nerfed Azan. I think, actually, Azan got killed this patch. They over-nerfed the guy. They actually just fucking cut his balls off at this patch. I think the real problem with them right now is they're fucking sick of dealing with Azan. What these balance changes do right now and what everything here does says to me is that they are fucking sick and tired of people complaining about Azan, and they are fucking sick and tired of actually just dealing with him. They just fucking nerfed him into the ground, and they just absolutely destroyed him this patch. This is not unnecessary at all. All Azan needed was like a bit of nerfs to either persistence or his base damage, and they nerfed like everything about him. Everything about him got nerfed. It is crazy. They just absolutely drove the guy at 6 feet into the ground. They are just sick. I think like I said, the real problem is they're just sick and tired of people complaining about Azan being OP, and sick and tired of dealing with him. Nerfed his base health. Okay, why? Questionable change already. Reduced max damage resistance at 100% ire from 15 to 12%. Okay, this is arguably probably one of the more balanced changes. This is maybe something they could have did anyways that they were going to do. Okay, fine. Is any of this other stuff, though, is like any of this other stuff even warranted? Do you guys think like any of Azan's other shit is actually broken? Like, I think the main problem with Azan is that he just does too much damage and that he's kind of difficult to kill. It's not because of his abilities. I don't think any of this needs to be nerfed at all. This is this shit that's a cherry on top of the cake that's not even supposed to be there. Conviction reduced the range by 5. Non-talented, they actually reduced the stun time against walls by 0.2 seconds. And then against other surfaces by an entire 0.10 seconds. That's huge nerfs. It may not seem like a lot, but it's a huge nerfs for both of these. They actually reduce when you have the talent. When you have the talent for this, they actually reduce that by 0.20 seconds, and then they, against other surfaces by another, I think actually 0.100 seconds. So again, huge nerfs. Reckoning reduce the lift duration. Okay, why was that? Why did that need to be nerfed? I don't know. And then his ultimate, they gave him a minute. Wow, they gave him an extra 100 damage on his ultimate. Oh wow. What a buff to compensate. He's dead. Those of you guys that actually hate Azan, I'm actually really liking playing Azan. I've been playing him more and more recently, and I actually really like playing him. It's getting to the point where actually he's kind of one of the tanks that I've been playing a lot. And of course, he just gets the shit nerfed out of him. I guess those of you guys that actually just hate the shit out of Azan, hate its guts, you guys got your wish. He got nerfed into the ground to the point where he's going to be garbage. So there you go. Not even going to be nearly as good as he is right now. So those of you guys that like Azan, play him while he's in the live patch right now, because once this patch goes live, the guy is going to be fucking dead. He's going to be garbage. They over-nerfed him. I think they over-nerfed Azan. They're just sick of him, and they just nerfed the shit out of him. Barrack, they actually increased the health on his barricade, and then they actually buffed Tinkrin. Cool. There you go. Simple changes that actually don't really do much, but they're good. Good. Betty La Bamba. Oh, where do we start with her? Do these changes actually do anything? Like, do these actually do anything to help her when she's still probably the buggiest champion in the game, too? What they take into consideration with how buggy she is as well. There's not really any bug fixes with this patch with Betty La Bamba either. Added rate of fire to the description, added max ammo to the description. They didn't take away the reload. They didn't change anything with the reload. That by default still makes her fucking dog shit. I don't care what any of these other changes are. If they did not change the reload to a per one grenade reload into an entire clip reload, none of these changes do anything. I'm sorry. She is still going to be dog shit. Until they fix that and fix some of her bugs, she's going to be garbage. I'm not even going to fucking talk about her. Because none of these changes do anything. If they don't fix that, and they never did. And then they gave her some buffs to her cards. Who cares? Who cares? And they actually reworked Labor of Genius. Hits with grenade launcher increase reload speed. Wow, they gave her a reload speed card, guys. This is something they should have gave her on release. So now instead of running one of her other useless cards at a 5 for no reason, that's still pretty bad. You just have to run it because you wanna, because she's still not that good. Now you can actually, instead of that card, you can actually run Labor of Genius at a 5 and get, 5, I think, an extra, a Deft Hands 1 out of spawn with loadout cards? Okay. So instead of having to buy Deft Hands 1 out of spawn, I only have to buy up to Deft Hands 2 to get the entire amount, instead of just stacking all the way up to Deft Hands 3. Is that really that much of a buff, though? Probably not. I don't know. I have to see how she plays. I still think she's going to be fucking garbage until they change her entire reload and fix some of her bugs, but that's just me. Furia, holy shit, guys, it took them long enough to actually nerf Exterminate. I don't know how long people have been complaining about Exterminate. Those of you people that go into ranked just throw ranked games by picking Exterminate as solo support, too. You guys do not deserve to even be playing the game. And this, I don't know why they didn't even take this talent out of the game. They should have just removed Exterminate out of the game or just entirely reworked it if that's what I would have wanted, but we got some changes. I'm not going to complain. When Pyre Strikes hits an enemy, it stops moving until it ends and deals up to 100% more damage to enemies under it. Increased based on the numbers of hits they take. So pretty much what they change it to is right now if you get hit by you take 75% of your health, no matter how much health you have or whatever you have. Now they change it to where the longer you're under the beam, the more damage you take. Wow, simple change. There you go. Now the next change is to remove Exterminate from the game because I fucking hate playing against it, and I'm sick of people throwing my games because of it. Now removed from the game. Then actually rework some of her loadout cards. Devious Dexterity is still going to be garbage. And then Light Forge was actually a really cool card. Hitting Kindle Soul increases your movement speed, and now they actually made it so it actually increases your target movement speed, which is actually really cool. So I don't know if that'll actually be a good card, or if it's not if the duration will be enough. I don't know. We'll find out. That'd actually be a good card. They actually gave her movement speed into one of her loadout cards now, so that's actually really cool. Grok, Totemic Ward. Holy shit, guys, they buffed Grok. He's still going to be garbage. I'm sorry. He's going to take a lot more than buffing his totem by 25% health. And increase the healing and radius by 25% health. It's going to take a lot more than that to make him good. I'm sorry, he's still going to be garbage. Binary Star, for some reason, is getting reverted and then nerfed. Why they're reverting what it already is in the live patch, I don't know. Because I actually think right now it's probably the perfect change for him in the live patch. I don't know why they're even changing it back and reverting it. But then they're going to go decrease the ammo. They're going to nerf his lifesteal card for whatever reason. I don't know why. And then they're going to rework his loadout card so it's percentage based instead of like a flat amount based. Okay, whatever. If you're playing damage channels in your games, you don't even deserve to be playing anyways. I'm sorry. You play channels to heal, and you don't play them as a fucking damage. If you want to play damage, play a damage champion. Con. They're actually increasing the health on his base shield. Okay, good. Then they're actually buffing his worst talent. Wow. There we go. There's a plus. There's a one up. There's a positive. They're buffing his base, his Leon shield, so now it actually regenerates 20% faster. They're reworking Eagle Eye, guys. Holy shit, they actually finally realized how bad Eagle Eye was when they reworked it originally. For whatever reason, I don't know why. They're reworking it pretty much into a mine type talent. You can have 2 additional oppressor mines out at one time, and you throw out 2 mines instead of 1 instead. There we go, guys. A talent that actually isn't fucking absolutely useless like the current Eagle Eye is. At least this talent you can actually justify picking once in a while. That's all I wanted. Huge W. There you go. It took them long enough, though. It took them way too long to change that. Now we just need to look at Strix, because Strix is not on this list. Now we need to go into Strix's talents and rework every single talent for Strix. That's their next course of action. Look at Strix's talents. Maldon, but here's another W. Some really cool, great balance changes. We need more of this in the future. More of these type of balance changes in the future, please. Now refunds cooldown if you miss. Some of your cooldown. So I'm assuming about like 2 or 3 seconds if you miss at base. So those of us on console, if we miss our heals and we miss our left or our alt fire on our Mending Spirits, we get a 1 or 2 second cooldown reduction without having to waste loadout cards. There we go. That's what we needed. Huge buff for the console players mainly. Huge buff for us. And then we got actually a new reworked loadout card that actually makes Ripened Gourd actually viable. It actually, instead of actually giving it a heal for activating Gourd, it actually gives your allies and you movement speed while standing in the Gourd. Makes Ripened Gourd insanely good and a lot more viable. There you go. Huge wins and huge buffs for Dom, but I think he will be a lot better next patch. Pip, holy shit, guys. Another W for a balance change. We're on a roll. We're on a huge roll here, guys, with balance changes. Reduce the head hitbox size by approximately 15%. Huge buff. Huge buff for Pip. I cannot stress enough how much of a buff this is for Pip. Huge buff. Now, we got to see how that actually affects them, because 15%, it may seem like a lot. I don't know. We'll have to play and find out. But that's a huge buff. Salty getting nerfed, finally, guys. Finally getting Salty nerfs. They're actually reducing her base damage by 20, and they're actually making it so it actually takes longer to regenerate your pips, which is her cooldown pretty much. And they're buffing her back blast, which is going to make window of opportunity better, which I'm fine with. Again, another W. They're on a roll, guys. We're 4-0 for balance changes. I'm telling you guys that there's a lot of good balance changes this patch. Again, we're on a 5 streak. 5 streak for balance changes. These are probably the most crazy and insane balance changes out of this entire patch. Ceres is getting the shit buffed out of her, and these are all changes that actually are going to make her really good. Rensoul, increase the cooldown, increase the damage, and then increase the healing, which is fine. Convergence, huge quality of life change. I don't know why this was never a thing to begin with. You could only throw it out in front, even if it would land on the ground. But now you can actually push your ult 2 times, and if it's in the air, it'll stop in the air and pull people into the air. That is a huge quality of life change. This is mainly something that actually you can actually get people out of cover with. So if somebody's hiding behind a wall, which people aren't going to say, give you guys this reason, but there's actually a huge change because of this. If somebody's hiding behind a wall, you can pull them out from behind a wall or up into the air, and probably even over a wall in certain cases, because you pull them over the wall and you can actually take advantage of that, or even get like a clutch kill if they're trying to hide and get a heal. That's huge value there. That's one instance I can actually see that being really good. Now, obviously, it'll depend on the map and stuff, but anyways, it's still really good. And then we got talents. Current effect is now applied to base. So they reworked Agony and they took the stun and they put it into her base kit. Round of applause for whoever thought of these balance changes, because these are what Ceres needed. These are everything what Ceres needed, these balance changes. The alt, quality of life change, and this mainly. Her new Agony talent, for each stack of Soul Orb detonated, your next Restore Soul ignores 5% of anti-healing, including Willow's Dead Zone, up to 25%. So if you have 5 stacks of Soul Orb detonated, the heal right after that will actually get 25% free rejuvenate. Crazy good. I actually think, and they actually took away a damage talent, guys. They took away a damage talent and put it into her base kit, and they gave us another healing talent. Huge W. Wow, guys, a support that actually is supposed to heal their team instead of play damage. There you go. More support talents, less damage talents. That's what the game needs. I'm all for that. Strix, guys. Stealth. Increased stealth resource consumption from 10 to 12. Why? Why? I don't know if there's actually a buff or a nerf. Let me know in the comments down below. Is this a buff or is this a nerf? Because I think it's a nerf. Why are they nerfing Strix? But I'm not going to complain too much because, like I said, I don't know if this is a buff or a nerf. But from 10 to 12, that seems like a nerf. Because you're using more of your resource per second. So I think that's a nerf. If it's a nerf, that is a middle finger from Hi-Rez and everybody on the balance team, because Strix is probably one of the worst damage champion in the game, and goes to show you they probably don't even play their own game. Or if that's somebody's idea from the AOC, whoever's idea, if this was somebody's idea or like somebody's feedback from the AOC, please step down. You don't know what the fuck you're doing, please step down. You probably don't even play the game yourself. Vatu, why are we buffing Vatu? Man, I love playing against Vatu the way it is. He's so fun to play against. Why are we buffing him? Again, there goes the streak. We had a really good streak of balance changes going, and they threw it all away these last couple. Again with this change too. Why are we nerfing Yagruth? Why? Why does Yagruth keep getting nerfed? They're nerfing her base health again down to 5750. Why? And now they're actually making it so her ult has a limited range, but you can no longer miss. So it's pretty much a nerf. So you can't use it from halfway across the map, and it's not an auto lock ability. So you can guarantee to land it, but you don't have as much range. I think that's a nerf. Overall, a nerf. Why do we keep nerfing Yagruth when she's not even that good? The people that bitch and complain about Yagruth being overpowered are probably the same ones that are playing fucking damage supports as a solo support in your ranked games. Or instant locking damage every single game over a tank or a support. Those are probably the same people that are doing that as well. Why are we listening to those type of people? I don't know. Bad change. I don't know. Overall, though, let's look at some of these changes here real quick, though. Is there any changes for Switch players? Is there actually any bug fixes that actually matter? projectiles, and a lot of this shit is a lot of small stuff. Various UI, no auto buy changes, nothing with that. There's nothing here. There's nothing here that's actually substantial, guys. Another patch where us Switch players pretty much get no bug fixes, no texture problem fixes, no crashing issue fixes. The EU players, you guys on PC or what? I'm not sure if it's PC and console or just PC. You guys, no crashing problems, no infinite loading bug fixes. Eh. Overall, though, like I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Overall, this is probably the best patch we've had the entire year. There are some negatives, mostly balance negatives, but to this patch. But overall, I think this is probably the best patch we've had the entire year. I don't know. If you guys watch this all the way to the end, too, you guys are absolutely poggers. Like I said, if you guys just want to tab out, there's not much on screen. If you guys are just tabbed out, but if you guys watch this to the end, I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm really sorry for not going live earlier, but I had no power. Like I said, we had a big blizzard. We still have a blizzard. It's actually still blizzarding out. It's supposed to be blizzarding for the next 3 days, and we're actually supposed to get up to about 2 feet of snow in the next 3 days. We already have about a foot of snow, and we had the power was out for about, I think, 7 hours. So, and it just came on about an hour ago. So, I don't know, or at least before I was recording this, it came on about an hour before that. So, I don't know. If you guys like these patch notes breakdown videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. I'll have a patch notes breakdown for the Smite patch later today, probably later tonight. And then I won't be live later tonight, but I should be live. I might actually be live tomorrow night as well. So we actually might be live on a Thursday night because nobody actually get around it. We're actually pretty much snowed in. Everybody here is snowed in, so we can't really go anywhere. So, and I don't have to work. So there you go. Apart from that, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys.